Yay! How exciting! I want to make sure that this is working. Yay! Okay. Hi, sorry for the delay. And thanks for joining me for class tonight. My name is Kelsie, for those of you who don't know me, and I am the Executive Director of Blissful Life Corporation, as well as one of our teachers and a graduate of our yoga teaching school. So I hope you are enjoying yourself this fine Mother's Day. Happy Sunday to those of you not celebrating, and happy Mother's Day to those of you celebrating. This is Weekend Wind Down Yoga, and I always like to start Weekend Wind Down Yoga laying down. So I'm going to go ahead and turn on the music. I can see the comments, so if the music's too loud or you have any questions or any special requests for certain poses tonight for practice, go ahead and leave those in the comments and I will go ahead and make it happen. So with that, I'm going to start the music and go ahead and we're going to start in Savasana, laying down flat on our backs. And let me know, like I said, if you can hear the music, if you can't hear the music, or if you can't hear me. So that's always an option. And as we get more people joining us, and I work my way through, make sure you all can see me. We're going to start in Savasana. So bringing our heels out toward the edges of our mat and letting our toes fall open. As we lay down, you're going to go ahead and adjust your hips and adjust your tilt in your pelvis so that your lower back works its way towards the mat. Taking a moment to adjust your shoulder blades, bringing those up underneath your spine to support the heart. And letting your arms fall out to the side, about 30 degrees away from the hips, so not quite halfway and not out to a T, but just about 30 degrees away from those hips, with the palms face up, or if it's more comfortable for you, you could certainly turn them over as well. Allow yourself to relax the neck, letting the back of the head press into the mat as the chin gently tucks towards the chest. But we're not tucking the chin all the way in, just bringing it back so we give ourselves a healthy cervical curve as we rest. And then take a moment and allow your eyes to close. Gently let the body release. Taking a moment and starting down at the toes and working your way up towards the crown of the head, but gently taking inventory of each piece of your body, moving up through the legs, and just noticing if there's any places of tension or resistance you might be experiencing. Maybe you have an old injury that needs a little extra compassion tonight, or you find yourself nursing something new. Allow yourself to take that time and just let those places be where they are in this moment, being gentle with them and yourself, and allowing everything to just relax. As we lay in our Savasana, taking a moment as well to notice if we'd like to set an intention for our practice this evening. It could be a thought or a word, an idea. Maybe you'd like to dedicate this practice to your mom for Mother's Day, or cultivate something on the mat within your practice. Whatever it is that brings you here this evening, allow yourself to take that moment and honor it. And every time you find yourself returning to the breath in your practice, allow yourself to return to your intention. As we work our way through our practice this evening, we'll be focusing very closely on the breath. So take this moment now to focus your attention inward and see how you're breathing. Just taking a moment to observe it. We don't want to change it. We're not trying to modify anything that's happening right now. I just want you to observe the rise and fall of the breath, noticing how each inhalation makes you feel, and how you feel as you release that exhale as well. Spending a moment here to notice if your heart rate has reduced at all, you're feeling more comfortable, whatever it might be. Allow yourself to take that time and just relax into the breath, observing how everything is working towards deeper and deeper relaxation now that you have begun to focus on it. And as you sit here and enjoy these nice, gentle breaths, allow yourself to incrementally begin increasing the depth of your breath. Noticing how as you make more space, the breath automatically fills deep in the belly. And as you exhale fully and completely, how nice your belly draws back towards the spine. Inhaling and letting the belly rise up and expand, opening the abdomen, even into the pelvis. Exhaling, letting all of that come right back to the earth, settled and grounded. Noticing how by taking this moment to breathe deliberately, you've already begun lengthening your breath, deepening your breath, and feeling all of the benefits of that relaxation right there from just breathing. Gently allow those breaths to inhale longer, exhaling slower, noticing and observing the pauses in the exchange from inhale to exhale and back again. Seeing how that brief moment where the breath is not moving brings stillness into the body. And as you engage these deeper breaths, and they begin to grow and expand up into the chest, through the abdomen, allow those breaths to generate just gentle movements in your toes and in your fingers. And allow that to gradually turn into a little bit of movement in your wrists and your ankles, the legs and the arms and the neck, gently just waking the body from being relaxed in that savasana for a moment. And whenever you're ready, let that movement gently bring you over onto your right side, spending a moment in the fetal position, focusing on how relaxed and nice it feels to come out of that savasana. And then gently using your arms to bring you back up, allowing yourself to come into a comfortable seated position. And whatever that looks like for you is exactly where you should be tonight. So if that's easy pose, something like what I'm doing, or lotus, where you have both heels in your lap, or maybe just crisscross applesauce, that also works as well. If you can't bring your legs in close to your body, you can always bring them out in front of you and allow the toes to connect and come into bound angle. But I like to choose this pose. So whatever feels good for you, allow yourself to make your way there. And then just take a moment to check in with your spine, your shoulders, your neck, and just notice how everything's feeling. I like to spend a lot of this time with my eyes closed, but I want to read the comments. But if you feel drawn inward at this time, please feel free to take that moment, close your eyes, and allow yourself to come into the body as you explore all of these movements. Bringing your hands to your lap, You can leave them palms face up if you're trying to expend a little extra energy, or if you're just exhausted already, you can leave them face down. Arms are loosed out of the shoulder sockets, crown of the head pressing up towards the ceiling and the shoulder blades pressing towards the floor. And as you spend this moment here, finding your comfortable seat, checking in with your sits bones and pressing them in to the floor to opposite press against this reach through the crown of the head. Allow yourself to redirect and come back to the breath, noticing if you've lost any of that feeling of deep relaxation that you had on the mat. And if that's happening, go ahead and just spend a moment here, breathing, recentering, and focusing on what you have in your breath at this moment. So as you take a moment and breathe in through the nose, allow it to expand first through the belly, pressing towards the earth. Then allow it to come and fill the abdomen completely. And when that's completely full, allow it to continue filling the lungs up into the chest, taking advantage of all this extra space. This is the 3-part breath, the Dirga breath. And as you exhale, we're going to release in the opposite order of how we came in, releasing first the chest, then the abdomen, and then down into the belly. Inhaling, taking that deep breath in and expanding through the belly, through the ribs, up into the chest. And as we exhale, letting all of that slowly come back to the spine like a wave, with the chest, through the ribs, down into the belly. Spend a moment with a few more of these nice deep breaths as they come up and then gently back down. If you'd like to add the Ujjayi breath, this comes in feeling like the ocean and then it rolls out like a wave. You're more than welcome to do that by closing the epiglottis at the back of the throat and making a sound with the breath. So hard to teach breath work over a video. I would love to do that. And we'll take one last round with the 3-part breath. Inhaling, filling this belly completely, the deepest breath in you've taken so far. Up into the ribs, up into the chest. Exhaling and letting that return back down. You can remain with your eyes closed here, and we're going to go ahead and just return back to our normal easy pose, checking in to make sure we haven't lost any of our integrity from the foundation we were building before, letting those shoulders relax away from the ears, where the crown of the head and the sits bones press into the floor. We're going to inhale and bring our arms out to the side in a T, coming out from the shoulders. Trying to figure out where I'm at here. And as we inhale, we're going to just let those arms come back and open the chest, just pressing back gently with the hands. And then as you exhale, we're going to bring the hands behind the back, interlocking the palms at the base of the spine, and just breathing out. As you inhale, completely press down with the hands, straighten the arms, open the chest, pressing through the heart. You can even gently let the chin come up towards the ceiling, but don't collapse in the back of the neck. Be really mindful of the back of the neck there. We're going through those muscles. And as we exhale, we're going to fold forward, leading with the heart, coming down towards the earth. And you can see the arms come up towards the head here. You should be feeling a really great stretch in your shoulders. And as you inhale, let those arms lead you back up to seated. Letting those hands reach back down from the earth behind the back. And as we exhale, we're going to bring the hands out front, interlock the palms and press them away. Curling up the spine, tuck the chin, tuck the tailbone, all curling inward. And as we inhale, reach up with the palms of the hands, reaching overhead, up, up, up. And as we exhale, we're going to let those arms come back down behind our back, and they're locking at the small of the back. We're going to do this 2 more times. This is a staple in my classes. Inhaling, pressing down, stretching the arms towards the earth, opening the chest. And if it's available to you, exhaling and leading with the heart. Otherwise, just stay up in the breath with the arms towards the earth. Inhale, reaching back up with the arms as they bring you back up to a seated position. Exhaling, bringing the hands in front, interlocking the fingers, press, palms away. Curl the tailbone, curl the chin. Press away. Inhale, reach up for the ceiling, pressing up with the arms overhead. Exhale, one last time, interlock behind the back. Inhale, press down with the hands, open the heart, open the throat. Exhaling, folding forward. If it's available to you, arms come up towards the head. And inhale, back to center. Exhale, curl up, press away, curl in. And last time, inhale, reaching up overhead. And exhale, bringing the arms down to the side. Take a moment and give yourself a couple really nice, big shoulder rolls backwards. Bringing those shoulders all the way up to the ears and then down and then forwards. However this is most comfortable for you, we're just going to roll those shoulders out. And then go ahead and give it all a wiggle. We have to erase all of that. So now that we've cleared the slate Etch-a-Sketch style, we're going to work into the neck a little bit before we keep moving into everything. When we've got 58 minutes left, we got more than enough time. Inhale, go back and find that easy pose, whatever that means for you. Find that comfortable seat. Allow yourself to press up with the crown of the head. And just take a moment and give yourself some free form neck movement, whatever that is for you. I can't see you, so you can do whatever you want, which is one nice thing about the virtual classes. There's no pressure. I can't see you at all. So go ahead and let yourself have just a moment doing whatever your neck wants to do. But be really careful of bringing the neck backwards, right? We want to be really gentle with all of this really delicate body that we've got going on, holding our head up. So whatever free form neck movement means for you, allow yourself to explore that. See how different things feel. What's tender in your neck? What's giving you a problem today? Might be different than what was yesterday, and one side might be different than the other. So let yourself explore that movement. Just for another breath or two. Long enough for me to get a little water. And then when you're ready, bringing that to stillness and returning the back to a neutral spine. We're going to exhale and just allow yourself to bring the chin down towards the floor, pressing towards the floor with the nose, allowing yourself to really stretch in the back of the neck. It's not so much about getting the chin to the chest, it's about reaching through the neck and stretching here. So allow yourself to take that moment. And then with the next inhale, just gently allow yourself to bring your chin up through the center, reaching the chin up towards the ceiling. Again, being mindful not to come back too far. We just want to be gentle and exhaling the chin back towards the floor. Inhale, moving with your breath here, coming back up. Just following your own flow of breath. Bringing some gentle movement into your neck here. And the next time you come to an inhale, allow yourself to just bring the neck to a neutral position, chin parallel with the floor, pressing gently back with the head so that you have a nice cervical spine going on here. And with your next inhale, we're going to reach up through the crown of the head, pressing the sits bones into the floor. And as we exhale, bring the left ear over to the left shoulder. Allowing that left ear to hover over the shoulder, we're going to be stretching on the right side of the neck here. And as you stretch through your right side, we're not pulling, we're not forcing, we're just bringing in that natural movement. Really grounding through that right side. If you'd like to, you can press your fingertips into the floor, away from the hips, just out to the side there. And if it's available to you and it's safe, don't push yourself. The 3 rules for my class: if it hurts, don't do it. If it hurts, don't do it. If it hurts, don't do it. You can inhale and bring your hand up and allow it to rest on the side of the head. Hi, Tracy, I see you too. And as you sit here, don't pull or force, like I said. Just allow yourself to touch the fingertips to the ear and breathe into the right side of the neck. Send the inhalations into the side of the neck and see what you can find. See if you can find more space. See if you can find more relaxation. See what you can find as you breathe into this. Explore here. And allow whatever happens to happen as you work into the neck. We carry so much emotional junk in our necks, in our shoulders, and in our hips, which is why that's always what I focus on in Weekend Wind Down. Let's really breathe in that right side of the neck just one more time. And with your next exhale, if you haven't already, you can bring the hands back to your lap. And as you inhale, return the neck back to center. You should feel a lot of difference on the right side body versus the left right now. And we need to work ourselves in alignment. Yoga is balance. So we're going to inhale and reset this pose. So with your next breath in, just reach up the crown of the head, pressing up towards the ceiling. And make sure you relax those shoulders down towards the floor. Bringing the arms down to your side, relaxed arms, right? Everything's groovy. And you're going to reach up as you inhale, and as you exhale, bringing that right ear over the right shoulder. Now keep in mind, you're going to feel a lot of difference from side to side, so just allow yourself to bend as much as you can in the neck. We don't want to lean into this, right? That's not what we're doing. We're just reaching up with the neck and then bending the right ear over the right shoulder. And again, if you want to take this deeper, you can just take your left hand and press it into the mat away from the left hip. Breathing into this stretch here, just allow yourself to feel all of the goodness that you're breathing in right here. And when you're ready, you can inhale if you'd like. If it's safe, this side might be different. Please be mindful of your body. I'm not there to help. Inhale and reach the right hand up and allow it to rest on the left side of the head, fingertips touching the left ear here. Extending that stretch all the way out. Now we're not pulling, we're not pressing, we're not forcing with this hand. We're just letting the weight of the hand deepen this stretch. Taking just a few more moments to really breathe into this. Explore on the left side of the neck as well. Where can you send the breath and find more space? Where can you send the breath and find more relaxation? Where can you release the tension that you're carrying here? As you find that space, allow yourself to dig deeper into it. But if you have your hand resting over here on your head, watch out over here for this shoulder. You don't want it to pull, you don't want to push up towards your ear, you want to try and create that space as much as you can as well. Just saw my shoulder creeping, so that's why I did that. Breathe in here, just another minute or two. Stress not, we're getting there. And then with your next exhale, go ahead and you can bring those hands back to the mat, or your lap, wherever they're comfortable, or your knees. And as you inhale, Let's bring the chin back to parallel with the floor, reaching up with the crown of the head as if we had a nice stream, but pressing into the floor with our hips and our sits bones like we've got cement blocks. Weighting us down and feeling the difference on the left side of the neck now versus the right. Noticing how they're more in balance, how it feels better together. Now that we've evened everything up. And go ahead and take a moment and just breathe. If you want to grab some water, you want to do anything, you can do that. You can give yourself another moment of free-form neck rolls. An hour and a half is a long time to sit still in front of a computer, so please take every opportunity to look away, look within, just listen to me. You don't even have to look at me. If you've been practicing with me for a while, you know what I'm doing. I so wish I could see who was here, though. I see that there's people on this, but I can't tell who you are, but I love you. I just want you to know I'm so happy that you're here with me, especially those of you who've been sticking on the whole time. I'm digging it. Okay. Sorry, I digress. What's normal? It's one of my classes. Now, we have one more thing to do before we get up off the mat. Sorry, and then we can do whatever we want on a table. But we have to do a really awesome twist because we want to get all of this goodness worked out of our spine before we get up into tabletop. So regain your sit, especially if you've moved or listened to me be chatty and really distracting. This is going to be a wake-up for anybody who's not used to my practice. I love it. Reach up with the crown of the head and press into the floor through the sits bones. Find that rooted seat, but reaching up with the crown of the head as well. Allow the shoulders to be relaxed. Arms to be loose, finding a moment to return to your breath. And when you're ready, we're going to bring the right hand and cross over the body and bring it to the left knee. And then we're going to take the left hand. We're going to place it right behind the back. I'm actually going to turn so you can see it. It's right behind my back. And really let that arm work as a support, but we're not going to put all of our weight in it. It's here to keep us straight, but it's not here to keep you sitting up. So make sure that if you take that hand away, that it's still a nice, straight spine here, as much as you can. Keeping that hand nice and close to the body to help keep you nice and tall. Grabbing onto that left knee with the right hand. Allow yourself to just bring that right shoulder in line with the left knee as much as you can. You're reaching the shoulder to the knee. You'll never get there unless you're super flexible. That's crazy cool. Hi Sammy, I miss you so much. And as you take your chin, it's parallel with the floor. You're going to turn it over to look over your left shoulder behind you. Even if you could look behind your back. Now think of it here. You don't have to have your eyes open. I love to do this closed because I feel like I get really twisted that way. Just allow yourself to go as far as you can. You can use the palm of your hand or the back of your hand to twist against, but using the arm as leverage and the back hand keeping you steady. Breathing in here, you'll notice it's starting to get harder to breathe because you're constricting your airspace, but take in still nice, deep, full breaths. Notice if you can get taller and straighter with each inhalation. And maybe you can find just a little more space to twist as you exhale. Notice how you're really feeling that in the back. Allow yourself to feel what comes up. Don't go too hard. Just allow yourself to breathe into stretching. One more breath. And as we exhale, allow yourself to come back to center. And shake it off. It's totally Taylor Swift time. Shake it off. Okay, hold on to it as we go into our next one. Notice how you're feeling after you shake it off. Are you ready to take on the other side? I know you are, because I am too. One more drink of water. I feel like I'm particularly chatty because there's no one here chatting with me. So I hope I'm not more chatty than usual, but I'm here teaching yoga, so you gotta talk. Anyway, it's so funny when I get insecure like that. Isn't that great? I love it. Okay, so anyway, back to the yoga. Reach up with the crown of the head. Reset your seat. Just reset everything. Pressing down with the sits bones, up with the crown of the head, relaxing the shoulders, loose arms. And as you inhale next, take a nice deep full breath, and as you exhale, bring the left hand to the right knee and the right hand behind the back. And as you go through this, again, bringing the head over the shoulder. Imagine yourself looking behind the back if your eyes are closed, even looking beyond the back, seeing how far you can look out of the corners of your eye. Will help push you even further into your twist. Do this again. Again, the hand behind you is just there to support you, to help bring you into this nice straight spine. So as you inhale, you can find more length and you can find that. And as you exhale, you can find more twist by leveraging the left hand against the right knee. Breathing in nice and deep. Taking all the space you can with the constriction of the twist. Bringing out all of those organs, irrigating them with fresh blood. Feels fabulous. Inhale and see if you can get taller and straighter. One last breath, exhaling, seeing how much further you can twist. And as you exhale, release, coming back to the front. Allowing yourself to take that moment and reset the spine, reset the sits bones, and just seeing how it feels each side. Which side feels different? Anything? Notice if you've got anything that feels better or worse from when you started. Just take this moment to re-inventory the top section of your body. When you're ready, we're going to get onto our hands and knees into tabletop. So just make your way there gently, however you need to do it. It's not really a fancy way. There are a couple, but I don't like to do them. So as you come into tabletop, your hands are going to be in front of your shoulders or right underneath, whatever's most comfortable for you. The crown of the head should be coming out from the shoulders and going straight ahead, looking down at the horizontal line of your mat. Now I have to turn my head because I'm talking to you, but you're going to be looking down at your fingers. Your middle fingers are going to be parallel with the sides of your mat towards the front of whatever your practice space is. And you can curl the toes under and keep the legs like this, or you can bring the toes flat to the mat, tops of the feet into the floor so that you have it that way. It's just a personal preference decision at that point. And as you have this set up nice and strong, as if somebody could come and sit right on your back, go ahead, and as you inhale, we're going to drop the belly, bringing the chest through the arms, curling up the crown of the head and the tailbone towards each other as you drop the belly towards the floor, coming into cow. And as you come into the exhale, press the floor away, curl the spine in the opposite direction, tuck the chin, tuck the tailbone, coming into cat. Moving with your breath. I can't do this for you, just move at your own pace. Inhaling, coming into cow. Exhaling, coming into cat. We're going to do 3 rounds of that, which is going to give me enough time to turn the air down just a touch. I'm back. As you finish your 3rd round, and you come back to cat, press the earth away. And as you come into an inhale, we're going to return to a neutral spine. Tailbone and crown of the head curling opposite directions from each other, pressing each way. We're going to inhale, bring the right hand up. Reach for the ceiling. As you exhale, we're going to bring the right hand through the arm here. Bring our right shoulder down to the mat. As we come to thread the needle, yummy deliciousness, as this has been called many times before. Oh, I know my shirt's falling, sorry.
If you'd like, you can bring the left hand up off the mat, reach around to either the top of the right thigh or to the small of the back, whatever feels most comfortable for you. You can also bring the left leg out to the side if you'd like to come further into the twist, but make sure if you do that, you're really using that to twist the spine. We want to not be leaning into that hip so that you're coming towards the earth. You want to stay strong in that right leg and let it keep you up so that you're not falling over. And when you're ready, you can bring the left hand back to the mat and bring the left leg back in. Inhale, reach up with the hand almost behind you. Look how much farther you can come. And then bring the right hand back down to the mat. Taking a moment, we're going to do this on the other side. Just notice how you're feeling. And as you inhale, we're going to reach up with the left hand and thread the needle. Bringing the left shoulder down to the earth. So the left arm is out straight. Again, checking in with the hips, keeping those hips even. The tailbone nice and flat so that you're not slouching the hips. You can feel it when it gets out of line too. So that's why it's good to bring the hand up to the small of the back. You can keep that right hand on the floor if you want, though. This is perfectly fine to just come here. But if you do come up, you can bring it to the small of the back or reach around to the top of the left thigh. I sometimes do that and then kind of pull my thigh bone back so that I don't slide into that. You can also bring the right leg out, whatever's comfortable for you. But again, not leaning into that. We don't want to collapse the pose. We're still doing yoga. You got to have a little integrity with them. But let yourself really enjoy this twist, especially up in the top part of the body, but taking it as far as you can. And whenever you're ready, bringing the right hand back down to the mat and the left leg back in if you've brought it out. And inhaling, uncurling, reaching back. Exhaling, hand back down to the mat. You guys are doing so great. I can't even see you and I can feel it. Isn't that amazing? Yoga is so cool. Yoga is so, so cool. Okay, are there any requests before we move into all of the rest of the poses? Speak now, or forever hold your peace. I mean, not forever, but at least for the next 45 minutes to an hour. Okay, cool. So we're just gonna jump right into it then. Where do I want to start? I'm going to start standing. So we're going to go ahead and start at the top of the mat. This is my top of the mat right here, but you probably can't see that. That's okay. Regroup. Get all the wiggles out. You've been sitting for a while. Shake off all of whatever was on the floor, because it's on the floor. It's not with us right now. And we're going to bring our feet into the mat, hip distance apart. Nice and rooted. You can bring the toes up and down, just to get a nice stable footing. Kind of like we do before we get into a balanced pose. Just to get a nice, awesome Tadasana. It's a mountain pose. For those of you who don't speak Sanskrit, it's okay, I don't mind it. Take a breath. Just feel the earth beneath your feet, wherever you are in your space right now. Just feel that. Feel your connection to all of us right here through your feet. Pretty cool, huh? And we're going to inhale and bring our hands to our hearts in prayer position. Just refocus on the breath. So bring yourself back to your intention. And breathe. And with your next inhalation, we're going to take your palms still together and scoop them out and
up towards the ceiling, taking just a minor back bend here, being cautious with the back of the neck. No collapsing. Exhale, swan dive, hinging at the hips and fold forward. So go ahead and as you bend at the hips, allow yourself to just let everything fold forward. So we're not trying to be fancy. It's our first forward fold of the night. So go ahead and bend your knees as much as you need to bring the chest down to the thighs so you can start feeling that connection with your hands on the earth, adjusting as you need to be comfortable here. And then once you're there, that's when you can start straightening at the tailbone, like somebody's got you pulled, and getting the straightness in the legs. But there's no point in jumping ahead. You can't read the last chapter of the book because you'll have no idea what comes before it. So don't jump ahead in your pose. Let yourself work to it, okay? Even just a forward fold is such like a important pose to get all the fundamentals up. Taking just another moment here in your forward fold. We're going to inhale and swan dive back up. The hands over the head. One more time. Exhale, folding forward. Bringing the hands down to the mat. But this time, as we inhale, we're going to step back with the right foot and bring the knee down to the mat. Bring the top of the foot into the mat. You should feel yourself now having a little stretch on the right front thigh, hip area, the front part of the pelvis. Keeping those hands on the mat, whether you can come up on your fingers, is up to you. You can come down to the palms. It's all about your level of comfortability. Also, you can walk your foot over to the edge a little bit and bring your knee into your armpit, whatever is comfortable, so that you enjoy this stretch. You should also be feeling a little bit of stretch here in the hips. So just settle into all of that, but don't settle into the pose. Just settle into the stretching, into the relaxing, enjoying this beautiful feeling of growth in your muscles. New cells getting created. If it's available to you, you can bring the left hand back and reach around for the right foot. Again, this will help you feel all of these, but as you sink into the pose, we're not collapsing, we're just moving through them. Breathing in here, especially if you're feeling any sort of tension. And if it's too much, back off. 10%, 50%, taking yourself back to whatever previous part feels good for you. Make sure you give yourself that grace. When you're ready, we'll exhale. And let go of the foot if you held on to it, bringing the hand back to the mat. And if you didn't, that's fine too. We're gonna bring ourselves back to where we can press into the back leg and straighten. And then we're going to bring the left leg back to meet the right. Now we have to hover our hips forward to come into plank. And I'm trying to do a good plank without looking at the screen, so bear with me. But you need to do a nice plank. And as you exhale, you can come down knees, chest and chin, or you can hover to the floor in chaturanga, but it's so early. Knees, chest, and chin sounds like the way to go. And we'll come into a nice baby cobra. Now, if you've been in class with me before, this is the time we're going to do a Fonzarelli. And pull up our hands and test what we're using here to keep ourselves up. You can bring your hands back. Roll the toes under. Lift up with the hips. Downward facing dog. It's our first downward facing dog of the night. Aren't you excited? Take a moment here. And you can walk the dog if you'd like. Alternating, bending one knee and sinking one heel back to the earth. When you're ready, you can just bring it to a normal resting pose. Downward dog is too much tonight. You can come into several different things, including child's pose at any point.
We'll inhale up to the space in between our hands, and we'll walk. It's weekend wind down. Let's walk to the top of our mat. And then bring yourself into a forward fold. And inhale, look up, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweep the arms out wide, up overhead. And exhale, hands to heart. Hey guys, we've done a vinyasa together. It's been so long since we've gotten to do that. I'm so happy we're all here. And also I need a water break. So this is a moment. We just did our first. We at least have one more to go. So water breaks are appropriate. I'm also talking a lot, so sorry about that. But not too sorry, stay hydrated. Round two, same song, second verse, who's with me? Take a moment, find your Tadasana, get those feet nice and rooted, bringing the hands to the heart in prayer position. Oops. And inhale, sweep the hands out and out. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale. This time we're going to step back with the left foot. Bringing it in line, bringing the knee to the mat, the foot down to the mat, and stretching into the front of the left hip. Being mindful here, we're not trying to get into any sort of slouch, nothing uncomfortable, just chilling. Everything's groovy. You can move the left or the right foot out a little bit to the side if you'd like. You want to try and get that armpit over that knee, hands down to the mat, and then you can feel that stretch coming into the hips. The longer you work into this stretch, so the right side, you should be feeling a little bit there too. You can always feel more on either one by bringing the left foot up off the mat and reaching back with the right hand. But no collapsing. Don't lose the integrity of the pose. Breathing into whatever you're feeling. One more breath, wherever it is you are in this pose. When you're ready, you can exhale the hand back to the mat and bring down the foot if that's where you were. We're going to inhale and step back into this leg. So we're nice and strong. And then right foot back to meet the left. Inhale, hover the hips forward to plank. So we can do a knees, chest, and chin again. Or if you're feeling really excitable, chaturanga into upward facing dog, but it's totally your call. It's weekend wind down. I'm not here to push you. Whatever works for you. And exhale, downward facing dog. Bring that heart down to the feet. And inhale, look to the space in between the hands. Walk to the top of the mat. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, look up, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, up. Exhale, hands to heart. How you feeling? How's everybody doing? That was fun. We're about halfway. No, we're 30 minutes left. I can't do math. Not very good math. Okay. So, if you're standing, which we were, you might still be sat down and drink water. Not really paying attention either. We're going to come down to the mat, through a squat. Who would have guessed? coming to the mat through a squat. So we're gonna go ahead and bring our hands to our hearts in prayer position. And I don't care what kind of squat you come down in, per usual. You can have a nice close squat together. You can do a nice wide squat. Whatever feels good for you, come down to the mat with a squat. So you get to choose. I'm gonna take a nice little camera appropriate one here because I feel like otherwise I'm spreading a lot. But here we are. Actually, I can do it on the side, and that's even better. I'm getting used to doing yoga on a camera, so I apologize in advance for all of that. But anyway, as you sit here and breathe into those hips, when you're ready, the ground will tell you, you will feel it, you will want to go. Bring the hands down and just bring the butt down and stretch the legs out. And what's the first thing we do after we do our squats? Bound angle. But when we do bound angle, also known as what was called butterflies when you were in PE class coming up, please don't bounce your knees. So bad for the interior, all in here in the musculature. We don't like to do it. We don't like to recommend it. We hate to see PE teachers still teach it. I can talk to all of you about that, but we just want to feel the stretch here. And you can bring those feet in as close as you want or as far out as you want to feel that stretch. So we're going to do bound angle, but we're also going to fold over it. So wherever you feel comfortable, find that spot. And then with your next exhale, we're going to feel like we're pressing through our hips and our sits bones. Nice straight spine, leading with the heart, not the nose, not the chin, with the heart. And a flat back, coming to the earth. Head is in line. And just come as far as you can until you feel the sits bones come up. And that's where we stop for now with our flat back. And breathe in, probably feeling a lot in the groin, maybe in the hips. Breathe into that. And as you're ready, you can exhale and round forward. If you come up a little bit here, that's okay. Just breathing in. Because we're going to start working in to relaxing, take a couple more breaths and then start working and turning some of these lights down. Look at we're in actual class. Because it isn't actual class, you're all here. Maybe that's too dark for right now. I'll turn this one up when we get into class. You might still need to see just a little bit more. Okay. We're down. As you round up, come back to a flat back. And gently walk yourself back up. If you're feeling anything, feel free to take your legs out forward, give them a bounce. And actually what we're going to do, after we have our legs out forward, we're going to bring our right foot and place the sole into the left thigh. But we're not going to hitch our hips. We're not going to adjust funny. We're really bad about doing that. We being me. I don't know about you, but I'm the worst at that, so please don't do that. And just get yourself nice and in line. Not hitching anything, just in line. We have a couple different things we're going to do in this pose. We're going to go ahead and you can bring your arms out to a T, or you can bring them out in front of you straight, whatever feels better for you. I like them in a T-ish. I realized how up my T was. Nobody's told me all these years. Okay, and you can fold forward, just hinging at the hips. Leading with the heart, not the nose, not the chin. Whatever, nose, chin. Just hinging forward. When you're ready, we're gonna let go, rounding the back, hands to the foot, head to knee. Shasana. Pressing out through the heel here, don't get complacent. We still want to feel these stretches. And when you're ready, gently walk yourself back up, or you can bring your arms out. You can come out to a T and come back up to seated. And we're going to turn our bodies over our right knee. Again, no hitching the hips, just turning. And you can see, we're going to bring our arms out to a T again. This time we need the T. And lean in to the left hand as far as it'll go until you can find the hip or find the foot or beyond. But I don't want you to bring the hand forward yet. I want you to take your right hand and bend the elbow and bring the hand behind the back. You can reach around for the top of the left thigh if you have that flexibility, but don't feel like that's necessary. Behind the back is more than enough. And continue leaning, bringing that elbow either inside if that's more comfortable for you or on the outside. Reaching to the foot or beyond, wherever you are is where you're supposed to be too. We all start somewhere. So wherever you are in this pose is great. But now that you've had your hand behind the back for a moment, I want you to bring the right hand and reach forward for the foot and notice how much more open your right side is as you come into the stretch. Breathe. And when you're ready, let the right arm bring you back up. Bring yourself, your feet back in front. And then bounce your legs. Goodbye. It's gone. You can also shake your arms. Get rid of it. It's done. Okay. Next spot. Left foot, right thigh. Same song, second verse. So go ahead and take a moment. Don't hitch your hip. And find your comfortable seat here. Your right leg out straight and your left foot with the sole in the right thigh. And again, you can bring your arms out to a T. There we go, balancing. Bring your arms out to a T. You can bring them out straight in front. Whatever feels comfortable for you, we're going to lead with the heart and a flat back. I find it easier this way, but everybody's different. Just coming to the point where you hinge forward. Your back wants to start rounding. That's why you have this to help keep you open. Pressing through that hip, smiling with your toes. And when you're ready, then you can round the back, bringing the hands out towards the feet or as close as you can get to them along the leg, and the head to knee. Janusarshasana, head to knee pose. Continuing to press out through the heel, don't let that let up. I love this pose. Breathe in where you're feeling it the most. When you're ready, you gently walk yourself back up to seated. We're going to turn the body to the left. I'm going to do this way, just so everybody can see it from a different angle this way. So pressing out through the left or the right heel, the left foot's in here. We're going to turn over the left body and bring the arms out to a T again. So as we come out to a T here, we're going to just lean towards the foot with the arm. keep bleeding until you come as far as you can. And I've been doing this for a really long time, so I'm coming a lot farther than I thought I would this time. So that's cool, but as you reach down, we're going to bring this arm behind the back. Again, you can reach to the top of the thigh if that's available to you, but we really want to work into this twist and bring that hand behind the back. That's the key. Just a couple more breaths here. Continue to breathe, of course. And when you're ready, then you can bring the left arm out. And you'll see that that's a totally different experience in the left side body than if you hadn't brought it behind the back. And when you're ready, we'll bring the left arm up, bringing us back up to seated, coming around to the front, left leg out, give it a shake, shake it all off. Okay, so now, we're not going to get the full 90 minutes in tonight because I started late, but we are going to get another 15 minutes at least. So I'm going to go till 8, and I'm going to go a couple minutes after, but know now that it's 7:46 Eastern, so if you need to be here and leave right at 8, we're going to go a couple minutes longer. That's cool. I'll miss you. Okay, so before we come all the way down to the mat, we're going to do boat pose because I want to be just really stereotypical Kelsie tonight. So you have 3 options for boat pose. Your first is just like this with the feet flat on the floor, a bend in the knee. You're going to actually end up, we'll talk about that in a second. Your second option is with the feet up, but still bent at the knee. And your final option is with straight legs, which my pants don't actually show you that your legs can get straight. I don't do that one, because I just don't have that in me. But you can choose whichever one you want, and you're going to just actually, you're balancing on the space between your sits bones and your tailbone there to find yourself this beautiful balance. Bring your feet wherever you want. And you bring your arms out to the side. You can have fingers apart, fingers together, whatever you'd like. And as we come down to the floor, we're going to take a nice deep breath in. And as we exhale, we're going to press everything out to the edges like a starfish. And gently lower it all to the mat. That's not even how you do it, but that's how we're doing it tonight. Stretching out the legs, stretching out the arms, hovering, and then letting all go to the big side. It's one of my favorites. So now that we're down on the floor, we're going to go ahead and bring our right leg and cross the right ankle onto the left knee. So we've made a little triangle here with our legs. So you have 2 ways we're going to do this as an option. You can bring your legs to you, or you can sit up towards your legs. It's up to you. I prefer to bring my legs to me. So we'll bring our left foot off the mat and keep your right ankle at 90 degrees, both ankles at 90 degrees. And we start to bring our knee to us until we can thread our right hand through the triangle and our left hand on the outside of the leg and interconnect the hands behind the leg. And then using the arms just as a gentle guide, not as a pull or a press or a pressure, but just let them assist you as you bring the knee closer to the chest and feel that in the hip. Breathing into the hip, keeping those ankles at 90 degrees, nice and flexed. If you get too close to the body and you can't keep the arms threaded, you can bring the arms outside of the triangle to the shin of the left leg. That will help give you a little more range. Everybody's hips are different. And breathe. We start to go towards the end of class, letting a little more of that extra energy go. When you're ready, you can let go of the legs and bring the left foot back to the mat. Bringing the right leg, uncrossing it, bringing the sole of the foot back to the mat, and then bringing the left leg up, crossing over the right knee with the ankle of the left foot flexed. Again, that triangle made with your legs, we're going to thread the left hand through that, the right hand to the outside of the leg, keeping that knee bent, the ankles flexed, and bringing that knee in towards the chest from the right leg. Breathing into the hips. This is where you should be feeling the stretch the most. It's in the hips. If you have too much flexibility in your hips and bringing the hands through the leg doesn't work, you can bring the hands to the outside of the leg, to the right shin, and let that bring the foot into that. But again, the hands are not forcing, they're just extra weight. Just a little extra grounding. And whenever you're ready to let that go, you can take another breath or two if you want, because we're not going to move fast. You can release that stretch. And when you do choose to release that stretch, I want you to just start gently windshield wipering your knees from side to side, keeping the feet in contact, but you can roll to the edges of the feet. Just don't want the feet to come up off the mat. But using the floor and your hip bones to give yourself a little butt massage on the inside, because those muscles do a lot of work, y'all. You hold everything in the hips together, you deserve to give yourself a little butt massage. So do that. Keep windshield wipering those knees, rolling out all of those extra knots in the glutes. You can be moving as fast or as slow with your windshield wipers, but the next time you've done it evenly on both sides, allow yourself to bring the knees back to center. Bringing everything back to stillness. And we're going to bring our knees up towards our chest. I'll let you go ahead and hug those into the chest. Hug those knees. If you'd like, you can even bring the chin up. Give yourself a nice tuck. And then release. Bring the chin back down. Still hold on to the knees towards the chest. And then I want you to just gently start rocking from side to side. We're getting there. Happy baby's coming. I know you all can feel it, but we're not there yet. So we're rolling from side to side. Trying to keep the shoulders intact now with the mat as much as you can. I'm not doing a very good job of it, but you can. And we're going to take those knees and actually start drawing them in a circle, release from holding onto them, and let ourselves draw big circles on the ceiling with our knees. And after you've done a couple of those in one direction, of course, I want you to stop and do them in the other direction as well. Fun secret I don't tell anybody, I actually do a couple rounds in each direction as I'm instructing. Nobody knows that, except for now you do. Big secrets dropping here on the lives, y'all. Bringing all of the knee movement to stillness. Now we're going to press our feet up towards the ceiling and grab onto either the outer edges of your feet, or you can loop your fingers around your big toe. Or if that's uncomfortable, you can grab onto the inside soles, but I don't find that as comfortable. It's a totally personal preference thing, though. And we're going to bring our knees towards the floor, letting them come on the outside of the torso as they come down, if you can bring them that far. Soles of the feet still up towards the ceiling, and we're going to do happy baby. Allow yourself to gently rock. Enjoy the hips opening. Enjoy the movement and the massage in the back, and the lower back, the shoulders. Just let yourself enjoy this awesome little feeling as much as you can. Breathing into the hips. And when you're ready, if you'd like, you can do a little bound angle in the air because it's kind of like the opposite of the squat. But we're going to just let the legs come out to Savasana. Bringing the heels out towards the edges of the mat and letting the toes fall open. I'm going to talk you through it as I turn off these lights. Go ahead, and as you are checking in with your posture, working your way up the body, allow yourself to adjust the pelvis, tilt as necessary to bring yourself into the most comfortable space for your lower back as you work your way up the spine, relaxing the shoulders, bringing the shoulder blades in along the spine to support the heart, allowing yourself to check in with the neck, the jaw, and the shoulders, all the places we just worked so diligently on. And allowing yourself to let the arms be loose and relaxed. Palms face up. Offering your surrender to the earth. Checking in with the jaw, making sure the teeth are unclenched, slightly separated by the tongue. Allowing yourself this gentle moment to let the cheeks relax, letting the ears relax, letting the eyes relax. Eyes gently closed, face is expressionless, forehead wrinkle-free. And giving yourself just a few more moments of inventorying the body, starting down in toes, working your way up one more time, checking in with each muscle in the feet, in the ankles, in the shins, in the calves, in the knees, in the thighs, the hips, the belly, the ribs, the chest, the shoulders, the arms, the elbows, the wrists, the fingers, the jaw, the face, the eyes, the scalp. And allowing yourself to just relax into this space and breathe. Taking these next few moments for yourself. And allowing yourself, if at any point you find yourself distracted by a noise or a thought, a sneeze, an itch, a cough, whatever breaks you from this moment of quiet tranquility to yourself,
Allow it, and gently bring yourself back to the breath. Allow yourself to continue focusing on the breath until I bring you back to this moment. Slowly and deeply, gently, bring your awareness back to this space. Begin by bringing deeper breaths into the body, allowing those breaths to generate small movements in your toes and in your fingers, gradually moving into your wrists and your ankles. Bringing the body back to waking. Excuse me. As you gently bring the body back, take all the time you need and allow yourself to gently roll over onto your right side whenever you're ready. When you're ready to bring yourself up, to your comfortable seated position. Allow yourself to make your way up in whatever position is most relaxing for you in these final few moments. Keeping your eyes closed to allow yourself to remain in this bliss of Savasana. In such a crazy time now more than ever, I'm so grateful that we've all gotten to share this practice together. We'll close our class with the sound of Om. So if you'd like to join me, we'll bring our hands to our hearts in prayer position and take a deep breath in. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. We say Shanti for peace, peace 3 times. Peace for you, peace for your loved ones, and peace for the world. Namaste. Thank you all so much for sharing this class with me. If you enjoyed yourself, I do not want any monetary donations sent through the link that I posted, paypal.me/donatebliss. You can do that any other time. If you'd like to contribute to the studio, there's a matching gift initiative now through May 26th, and I can find you the link. I'll even put it in the comments. I would much rather anything you want to give go through that link instead of come to me as a donation, because the studio needs it the most. Thank you all so much for being with me tonight. I'm so glad that I'm back on the mat, and I can't wait to see you tomorrow at 6:30 Eastern. Namaste.